Our next session, we have Dr. Thomas, Senior Scientist, Computing and Intelligence Department, Institute of High Performance Computing, Agency for Science, Technology and Research. He will be joined by the author of Cybersecurity, Guardians of the Digital Frontier, Mr. Looi Teck Kheong. He's the Senior Lead ASEAN Consultant, ex-ASEAN Headquarters in Jakarta, Indonesia. Thomas Teck Kheong, please.
A very good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the global launch of my book, Cybersecurity, Guardians of the Digital Frontier. First, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the Singapore Law Academy and the Ministry of Law for allowing us to host this exciting event during Looi Teck Fest 2024. Their continuous support has provided us with a platform to address critical issues that impact not just Singapore but the world. So Looi Teck Fest is a prestigious event and I'm honored to be a part of it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if I may just invite each of you to take out your devices and live stream this event on your social media platforms if possible. And let's make this launch a truly global launch and spread the word about the importance of cybersecurity across the world. This book addresses one of the most pressing issues of our time, cybersecurity, and it impacts us, all of us, whether we are professionals, business leaders, policymakers, or simply individuals who engage with technology every day. So after the presentation, we'll have a brief Q&A session, which will be moderated by Dr. Thomas Matzid, Senior Scientist of A-Star, and his expertise will help us delve deeper into the book's themes and answer any questions you may have. So what prompted the book? The inspiration from the book actually stems from the Singapore Cybersecurity Act and its 2024 amendments. Singapore has always been a leader in cybersecurity legislation, and this act actually reflects a forward-looking approach to handling evolving cyber threats. With the rapid evolution of cyber threats, there is an urgent need for robust legal frameworks to safeguard our critical infrastructures and ensure that they are protected from malicious attacks. Singapore's legislation is a model in this area, and it's not only comprehensive but also adaptable, which is a key to addressing the challenges of tomorrow. This book is my attempt to offer insights into how laws, policies, and regulations can help mitigate the growing complexities of cybercrime, not only in Singapore but globally. By using real-world examples, I hope to help policymakers and professionals understand the importance of legislative measures and their role in shaping a safer digital future. So the book structure and key focuses. The book is structured around three areas that I believe are crucial to understanding the world of cybersecurity. These are legislative frameworks, compliance challenges, and critical infrastructure protection. Each section dives deep into how these areas intersect with cybersecurity, providing practical solutions for navigating the legal and technical aspects. The goal is to offer readers, whether professionals or not, a clear understanding of how cybersecurity laws affect not just businesses but society as a whole. I've included real-world examples and a wealth of research to give you actionable insights into these critical areas. So why does cybersecurity matters today? We've all seen the consequences of cyber threats in the news. Major incidents like the Colonial Pipeline attack and the recent Microsoft outage are just the tip of the iceberg. These incidents highlight the critical need for cybersecurity legislation that is both strong and flexible. Cyber attacks are becoming more frequent, more sophisticated, and more damaging. Whether it's a targeted attack on infrastructure or a breach of personal data, the impacts are wide-reaching. So this book actually seeks to provide readers With a deeper understanding of how laws can help mitigate these threats and secure our digital infrastructure, by offering real-world examples and practical insights, the book serves as a guide for businesses, governments, and individuals to better navigate the challenges that come with living in a connected world. So what makes this book unique? What sets this book apart from other works on cybersecurity is its accessibility. I wanted to ensure that readers, whether they are legal professionals, IT managers, business leaders, or students, could engage with the material and find it both informative and easy to understand. I've included tech humor, visual aids, and tabular summaries to simplify complex topics. Cybersecurity is no longer an issue for only experts to deal with. It affects all of us, and I wanted this book to reflect that inclusivity. Through these unique features, I hope to make the book more approachable while maintaining the depth needed to truly understand the impacts of cybersecurity laws. Simplifying complex legislation. One of the core aims of this book is to simplify complex cybersecurity legislation. To achieve this, I've packed it with 8 memoirs, like those you see on the flag here, concise tables and visuals tools to break down intricate legal framework into more manageable pieces of information. These tools ensure that readers, regardless of their background, can quickly grasp the essentials of cybersecurity laws. Whether you're a policymaker, a business leader, or an IT professional, these resources are designed to help you understand the core principles and how to apply them in real-world scenarios. Who are the target audience? This book is not just for legal professionals. It's also designed to policymakers, IT managers, business leaders, students, and anyone interested in cybersecurity like yourself and myself. The goal was to create a resource that speaks to broad audience, recognizing that cybersecurity is a shared responsibility that touches all sectors. By covering such a wide audience, the book fills a critical gap in the market, making cybersecurity laws and practices more accessible to all. It's about making sure that everyone from professionals to everyday users understand their role in protecting digital infrastructure. Endorsement by industry leaders. I'm humbled to say that the book has been endorsed by industry leaders across multiple sectors. Their support reaffirms the relevance and importance of this work in today's digitally connected world. These endorsements come from experts within the United Nations of Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO, the National University of Singapore, and industry leaders in technology and law. Their belief in the book's value emphasizes how cybersecurity transcends industry and touches every corner of modern life. I'm truly grateful for their support, and I hope their voices will inspire you to explore the book and its insights further. So as I wrap up my presentation, I would encourage everyone to join the cybersecurity frontier. You can scan the QR code. You can scan the QR code on the screen to purchase the book and dive deeper into the world of cybersecurity laws and their importance. Together, we can ensure that our digital infrastructure remains protected and secure for the future. Before I hand over to Dr. Thomas Mazid for the Q&A, I'd like to thank once again the Singapore Law Academy and Ministry of Law for hosting this launch at the Looi Teck Fest 2024. Over to you, Dr. Mazid.
Thank you very much, Looi, for your presentation. So first maybe I will ask a few questions, and then I will ask maybe somebody from the audience if you have any queries or would like to know a little bit more from Looi. So we know that cybersecurity is evolving very, very quickly, and how do you think governments and businesses can cope with such big changes, and what is the role of legislation in this?
Thank you, Dr. Mazid. Cybersecurity moves at a rapid pace, and it's increasingly difficult for both governments and businesses to stay ahead. However, Singapore's approach to cybersecurity legislation, particularly with the Cybersecurity Act and its 2024 amendments, is truly exemplary. Singapore's legislation is not only proactive in addressing existing threats, but also forward-looking. allowing for continuous adaptation to the ever-evolving cyber landscape. So the amendments reflect a deep understanding that cyber threats will continue to grow in complexity, and legislation must be designed with built-in flexibility to respond to these new challenges. The Singapore government's focus on partnerships between the public and private sectors further strengthens this effort. Businesses are encouraged to integrate cybersecurity compliance into their core strategies, ensuring that they are not just reacting but actively preparing for future threats. In my book, I explore how laws like Singapore's Cybersecurity Act can serve as models for other countries, providing frameworks that both protect critical system and foster innovation in the private sector. Thank you.
Thank you, Looi. And also in your book you covered how to protect critical infrastructure. Why is this very crucial, and how future legislation should address the growing threats to such infrastructure?
Thank you, Dr. Manzi. Critical infrastructure, whether it's energy, grids, water supply systems, or healthcare networks, is the foundation of national security and public safety. Singapore's Cybersecurity Act, and particularly its focus on protecting critical information infrastructure, highlights just how vital this area is. The recent amendments to the Act strengthen the protection of such infrastructure by ensuring that operators of essential services implement robust cybersecurity measures. What makes Singapore's approach stand out is the recognition of emerging risk. The legislation doesn't just address today's threat, but anticipates future vulnerabilities. One of the most forward-thinking aspects of Singapore's legislation is its flexibility. The law empowers authorities to update regulations and frameworks as new technologies and threats emerge, allowing for real-time responsiveness to cyber incidents. So in the book, I discuss how countries around the world can learn from Singapore's model, emphasizing the need for laws that are rigorous yet adaptable to the evolving cybersecurity landscape. Thank you.
Thank you, Looi. Are there any questions from the audience? If not, then I will continue. Yes, please.
What are the technical skills and soft skills needed for a job to become a cybersecurity analyst?
Well, I think this is a very good question. In my book, we have also addressed a series of educational programs and also technical certifications that you can take in order to qualify as a cybersecurity analyst. But more importantly, also there's a need for you to be more pragmatic and actually work on it. But I think a much better person to answer this question really is Dr. Mazid. He's a specialist expert. Dr. Mazid, perhaps you want to add a word or two on this.
I'd say you need to be curious. So, I don't like to call myself cybersecurity expert. I don't have any certificates. So it's my hobby. Cybersecurity is my hobby. It's something that I've been doing at night when nobody is looking. But I'd say that you need to be curious, and you need to be also keen to help maybe government agencies and companies, right? So to fight with the bad people.
Do you know what is power business intelligence about? Have you heard before of this term?
No.
Okay.
Maybe we can discuss after session. So also, Looi, I have another question. So your book is written to broad audience. How do you hope this approach will impact the way cybersecurity is understood by non-experts? And why this is so important?
Thank you, Dr. Manzlin. I truly believe that cybersecurity must be understood by all, not just experts in the field. In this regard, Singapore's forward-looking approach to cybersecurity legislation provides an excellent example of how laws can be structured to be both comprehensive and understandable. The Cybersecurity Act, for instance, incorporates clear guidelines for both businesses and individuals making it easier also for non-experts to understand what is required of them. The recent 2024 amendments still further simplify compliance processes while maintaining strong protections. By making cybersecurity laws accessible to businesses, leaders, policymakers, and even the general public, Singapore is raising the level of cyber awareness across society. This inclusivity is essential for creating a resilient cyber ecosystem where everyone plays a role in safeguarding digital assets. My book follows a similar philosophy, breaking down complex topics into actionable insights so that readers, whether legal professionals or non-experts, can engage with cybersecurity in a meaningful way.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Looi. I think we are finishing, we are out of time. So thank you very much. So if you have any questions, please come to Looi, to the author of the book, and speak to him. So I'm sure that he will be very glad to answer your questions. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, yes, thank you, Thomas. We and Thomas would like to take a photo with the audience. I hope you don't mind if they join you, and our photographer will take a photo of them seated amongst you.
Yeah, yes, yes. Yes, I think that would be good. Yes. Okay. Okay, yes. Yes, yes, okay. So three chairs, huh? You all sit up?
Thank you, everyone. Please give us a bit of time as we turn around the stage for our next session, which will